Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Please do like and subscribe for more confessions.
Caught my BF asking other women for nudes, but he was honest about it. We were sitting in class and I had a feeling I should look at his phone. I opened mine and told him to look since I have absolutely nothing to hide, and I picked his up. I looked through Instagram, Facebook, texts, calls, and he didn't have a problem until I got to Snapchat. He got nervous and tried to take his phone back, which signaled me to keep looking. I scrolled down his conversation list to find 4 conversations with women I had never seen or heard of before. He had been left undelivered for a day by each of these strange women, so I decided to click and see what he said to them. Before I could click, he snatched his phone away and began blocking people as if that would save him. At this point I knew what was going on, so I slid my chair away from him and went on without talking to or answering him. This bothered him as he knew he was in for it when I, a very clingy and affectionate person, slid away and stopped talking. He kept asking what was wrong as if he didn't already know. Finally I broke and asked what he sent to those women. He said nothing at first, but after a few more minutes of playing the quiet game he broke down and told me that he was asking those women for nudes. I asked him what possessed him to do this when he has plenty of mine to look at, and he explains that the long distance thing is really messing with him. I've been grounded for 3 weeks. Obviously this hurt me, but he was honest when he could have kept lying to me. He has apologized and is working on a way to make it up to me. So far he has deleted his old account and has made a new one with only people I approve of. He lets me check his phone regularly. His Instagram is gone. Should I give him another chance or should I end it now? My friend and brother told me to dump him, but I feel he deserves a second chance for his honesty. How do y'all feel? I, 30F, caught my husband, 31M, in an affair and I don't know how to move on. I've suspected things had been going on for a while, but kept brushing it off. I thought he would never do that to me. Since around April, he's been refusing my attempts to have sex most of the time, sitting differently on the couch to where he's facing away from me. Little things. It's with one of our good friends. She came to my house a few weeks ago. She's texted me. She's pretended to be there for me. I found out because I rolled over and they were having a Snapchat conversation. She said she wished she could be there to hold him, and he summarized that I tried to seduce him last night and mocked it. I confronted him and he admitted it. He said that it was because quarantine was stressful. He does not want to work things out. He thinks of me only as a friend in his heart. When I told her husband, he confronted her and apparently they actually kissed back in February. I think at that moment, I was never going to be enough for him. We used to be so happy. The week before they kissed, we celebrated Valentine's Day together. He bought us a nice bottle of wine for our anniversary. We had fun. We were perfect. I don't know where to go from here. We've been married only about a year. I feel like he took so much from me and doesn't even want to go to therapy or work this out. I don't want to leave my house, but everywhere in it I see him. He chose her. I've been cheated in every relationship I've ever been in. He was supposed to be my forever. I don't know what to do. I've made therapy appointments, but I was also laid off last month, so I have too much free time to analyze every single moment where he might have been lying to me or where I made myself pathetic trying to cling to him. How do I start to get through this? TLDR, my husband had an affair and does not want to try to work out our marriage. I feel like I'm drowning and don't know how to start moving on. I'm a terrible girlfriend. I just need to get this off my chest. I, 28F, feel like I've been a terrible GF to my BF, 28M. I've been thinking of being with other men. Just last night while we did the deed I kept thinking about this other guy, 27M. After we did the dirty, I was still feeling hot and had to fight myself to keep from sching this other guy, 30M, to talk dirty with him so that I could get off. I am constantly thinking of other guys. I don't think about him when I get hot and bothered. I'm still attracted to him and want to be with him, but he's not who I think about during late night activities. I don't like the way I am. I often fantasize about being with other men, about having them over, cheating. To be clear, the guys I fantasize about don't have a clue that I think about them in this way. I don't talk with them, my BF, and I don't often do the dirty either. It's quite frustrating for me as I have a terribly high libido and would love to do it every day, multiple times a day. He, on the other hand, is happy with once every couple weeks, to the point where it seems we're just roommates. My friend said that she would choose her dogs over me and it really hurt me. I've personally never owned a pet. I would like to when I have the funds, and one of my closest friends has 2 beautiful dogs that she grew up with. Yesterday, my other friend, that friend, let's call her Maria, and I was talking on Discord the other day. I forgot how the conversation began, but the topic of her dogs popped up, and I jokingly asked her, "Would you choose your dogs over me?" And she bluntly said, "Yes." And even though I asked, I genuinely got startled by that answer. And my other friend who was also on the call was like, "Oh shit, let me leave," cause she knew I would start digging into this more. And I said, "Oh, you would choose an animal over me?" And she, without hesitation, said, "Yes, when you have pitch you'll understand." And then I rudely replied, "I'd never choose an animal over you." I'm trying my best to understand her because she did grow up with her dogs. Her dogs really helped her when she was having a rough time mentally. I can see why people have a deep connection with animals, and I hope to form one with an animal one day. But I couldn't shake off the feeling that an animal was chosen cause I can't see myself valuing an animal over a human that I deeply care about. I can never see myself looking at Maria or my other friend and valuing my connection to an animal over them. I'd do anything for these girls, move mountains for my friends, just to be chosen over by an animal. Can an animal person explain the reasoning? Disclaimer, I'm aware that I asked the question. I am aware that I put myself in a situation that got me hurt. But my whole point of my post is to understand. I love my friend dearly too. I'd literally raise hell for her. I value most things and people over her. But my whole point was trying to understand where she's coming from via other dog owners. People are saying they value their dogs because they are their child, but I would still absolutely value my human child over a pet. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to understand how other people view certain relationships because I'm now seeing that my values for things are different from other people, maybe even most. I need to learn how to adjust my care for relationships. I will also be communicating with her later in the day about this. I am considering breaking up with my boyfriend for lack of quality time. Friend says being childish, and this is what dating in the real world is like. I 23F am considering breaking up with my BF 39M for lack of quality time. For reference, my BF and I have been together well over a year now, and I really like and genuinely enjoy spending time with him and would like to keep dating him, but my issue is we don't spend enough time together. We generally see each other once on the weekends where he comes over to mine or I go to his, and maybe one other time during the week and he sleeps over or I sleep over, and we always have such a great time together. Everything is great and I know he likes me and enjoys spending time with me, but we have different love languages, with mine being quality time. We do go on dates, dinner and brunches or breakfast. We play basketball or tennis together sometimes as well, but we live in England and it's winter, so we haven't done that too much lately. I have communicated that I think we should spend more time together as this is important to me, and he did step up for a while, but it feels like it has gone back to normal again. I am really considering ending it, but not sure, as we do genuinely have such a good time together and are planning to go on a holiday together in the summer. I only ever dated in uni doing my undergraduate and masters and went to a private university, so it was a pretty small community so we could spend all our free time together. My friend says I am being dramatic as this is what dating in the real world is like without living together or being married. It's seeing each other once a week. I'm not sure how to feel, to be honest, and not sure if I should end it or not. P.S. guys, I have met all his friends and some of his family, and he has met mine. Definitely not a side piece, and for God's sake he is not married and didn't groom me. I have a master's degree and have been working in corporate for over 2 years now. Not every 23-year-old is just some girl with her head in the clouds and nothing to show for herself in life. I want to temporarily leave my husband. Exactly as the title says, I want to separate from my husband. I say separate because I have zero intention of looking, talking, or meeting anyone else. I love my husband. He is the definition of a soulmate. I still want him, but I don't like the version of himself he is becoming. I feel that a separation is best at this point because I'm just being dragged deeper. My husband is so depressed now that he's dragging me down with him. I already am medicated for my anxiety and depression, and struggle with mental health and the mental load. I've told him, I've shared with him signs of his depression. I've given him resources down to a psychiatrist who accepts our insurance. I begged for him to get help, but he just won't. His depression and lack of priorities is causing all of our bills to be incredibly behind. I started working in November after being a stay-at-home mom over the last 5 years. I've had 3 of my 4 children since 2018, and it's taking a lot out of me. I see maybe 1/3 of my paychecks because of gas costs and babysitter fees for 2 of our children. We're so behind I can't catch up. But he hasn't helped. He a great father and will play entertain the kids, but if anything else needs done, I have to do it or else it won't get done. Outdoor work? Me. Cooking? Cleaning? Bath? Laundry? Moving furniture? Me. My head is telling me that we need something like this because there is no other way to break the cycle. I just wanted I understand what to do. I ghosted a man purely because of how he was in the bedroom. Back when I was single, I was fooling around with a couple of guys at different times. This one guy, Zach, seemed nice enough. I invited him back to my apartment the first time to watch a movie and he just whipped it out. He was also trying to push my head and make me give him a BJROHJ. For some reason I decided to see him again. This time he made it to my bedroom. I got on top to write him and for 10 seconds I just teased him. Then I asked if he wanted to change positions. He said he already came. He then got up, cleaned himself off and said he was going to text his dad to pick him up. Pure romance. The second he walked out the door I ghosted him. My BF hides me from his friends. My 22F, BF, 25, and I have been seeing each other for about 5-6 months. We've known each other since high school but lived separate lives until we met again. He has a huge group of friends, some of which I'm familiar with from HS but never spoken to. His friends know of me, but have never seen me in person. I'm pretty conservative and dress very modestly and he told me that his friends are weird and won't be understanding, which I believe, because they're the opposite. So he prefers me not to meet and befriend them. It's gotten to the point where him and I will make plans for the weekend and when his friends ask him about it he will say he's not doing anything or he's busy. Won't mention he has plans with me. So far I know that his friend group consists of mainly guys, 3 or 4 of which have girlfriends and their girlfriends hang out with the group as well. I'm the only one being kept hidden. It's good to note that my BF isn't really fond of his friends and rarely hangs out with them anymore. He also prefers to spend time with me over his friends as he says his friends are boring and weird. My ex-boyfriend is mad I told his cousin he cheated on me. Yesterday, I found out through my friend and a picture that my now ex-boyfriend, Ryan, had been cheating on me with multiple people on multiple occasions at parties. I confronted him, and he admitted to cheating. Naturally, I told my friends what happened, who are also his friends, and they were all supportive of me and angry shocked at him. One of my friends messaged him telling him what he did was horrible and he replied by saying I was immature for telling my friends what he did. Later in the day, his cousin, Hunter, messaged me. I had his contact because Ryan and I would go out sometimes and he would invite Hunter along, and asked why I broke up with Ryan. At that point I knew that Ryan was not going to admit to his family what he had done to me. Whether it be out of shame or cowardice, I don't really care. I told Hunter to ask Ryan because I knew he would be mad if I said anything since he had already called me immature for telling my friends. Hunter came back and told me he asked Ryan again why I broke up with him but apparently Ryan had refused to tell him. Hunter assured me he wouldn't tell Ryan I told him why we broke up. So I told him, and he told Ryan, and essentially Hunter had lied and had actually not asked Ryan why we broke up, but right now I don't know who to believe. One side of me was telling me I should have let Ryan tell Hunter in his own time, but the other part told me to tell Hunter because Ryan did not deserve the luxury of telling him himself when he completely destroyed me and our relationship. Ryan messaged me saying I was indecent for not letting him tell his cousin himself even though I know damn well he was never going to. He said I shouldn't spread stuff about him to his family, asked why I was even talking to him, and said I shouldn't be telling Hunter his business. He also said I should have known Hunter was lying when he said he wouldn't tell Ryan, even though Ryan has told me multiple times I barely know Hunter. He blocked me before I got a chance to respond. I feel bad for telling his cousin. Am I in the wrong?